You got room for me over here, buddy? Is it okay if I sit with you for a minute? What's going on, Canes fans? My boy Max is a little tired. His allergies are bothering him today, so he's going to be super chill. He's going to hang out with me here on the couch for this week's final thoughts video. Miami versus Virginia Tech. I know this is late. This is actually really late. I typically post these about 24 hours before kickoff, and right now at the time of filming this video, we're about 3 hours, 3 to 3.5 hours from kickoff. But I didn't want to miss doing this because this is the perfect opportunity to, speak my piece, say if I've had a change of heart with anything. And I absolutely, once again, this week have not. I'm going to be real, I actually kind of miss USF week. And I can't believe I'm saying that. A ton of Canes fans are going to be like, nah, Coop, come on. Those guys were delusional. They were just out of their mind. They were so confident. It was disgusting. But it was kind of fun, because Virginia Tech fans, I was fortunate enough to have Joe Rogers join me for my Inside Insight show. But outside of Joe, who, by the way, picked Miami to win this game, I can't seem to get Virginia Tech fans to engage at all, and understandably so. It's a team that's 2-2. They've lost to Vandy. They've lost to Rutgers. They don't necessarily want their head coach fired, is what they say anyways, but they do want some coaching changes, especially their OC. They are not a big fan of that guy. So they just have, let's just be straight up, they have no hope going into this game. I don't think there's a single Virginia Tech fan that believes they can beat Miami. And look, we've been there. We know how frustrating that is. But this week has just been kind of, it's a short week. Right? Like, a short week, it's thrown everything off. It's thrown my schedule off when it comes to making videos. Everything's just been wonky. Hopefully you've been safe dealing with the hurricane. That's also thrown a bunch of stuff off. It's just been a really, really weird week, which is why I will say that's about the only thing that worries me about this game. Can we be completely open and honest in the comments? The only thing that would worry me about this game, and I'm being real, that doesn't even actually worry me. But I'm just saying, if I had to pick something, like, Coop, okay, what are you worried about with this game? Like, we need you to pick something. What matchup are you concerned over? What is it? It's just the fact that it's a Friday game. And there's weird juju, wonky stuff that happens on these weekday games. I absolutely hate them. I can't stand them. But when it comes to the position groups, matching up Virginia Tech versus Miami, I don't think they're better in any of them. Heck, I don't even know if there's a single stat that they have that's better than Miami that would be considered a good stat, right? There's a lot of bad things that they do better than Miami, I guess you could say, but not really anything that they do good. I mean, I guess the one thing that I have seen Virginia Tech fans hyping up is they have a defensive end, Powell Ryland, who leads the nation in sacks, I think. I'm pretty sure he leads the nation in sacks, but here's the deal. 4 of those sacks came from the Old Dominion game. I mean, it's just unreal. They have a decent pass rush. Okay, they do have a decent pass rush, but let's look at Miami and the type of O-line that we're dealing with the Canes this season. So that's going to offset that. The best player on the field for them is their running back, Tootin. That guy, just feed that man the ball. He's going to just have to be a one-man team tonight. Look at how Miami has been stopping the run. That's all we heard about with USF. This dual threat quarterback with Brown, and they have 3 veteran running backs, completely shut it down. So now with Virginia Tech, 1 good running back and a dual threat quarterback who is a true dual threat guy but is struggling this season, does not look like himself. This is just a recipe for disaster for Virginia Tech. And honestly, they have to hope that they can just get out of Hard Rock alive. I think that this has the potential to be a very embarrassing game for them, and it's only going to get their fan base more and more riled up. I showed my score prediction in the preview video, but I'll show it again in case you missed it. 45-13. And keep in mind, look, I know a lot of people are saying, Coop, this is going to be another 50 burger. This is going to get wild. Miami is only favored by 17.5. And I say only because I have them winning by a heck of a lot more than that at 45. 45-13. I think Virginia Tech is capable of scoring. They are definitely a second half team. This is a team that gets off to really slow starts, and I think they're going to be digging themselves into a hole. Miami's going to come out firing. Miami is going to score early and often, and then they're just going to be down, and they're going to be down bad. And they can try to surge in the second half, but it's going to be too little too late. And right now, let's be honest, this defense has not given us a reason to not believe in them. There have been many opportunities that teams have been driving, and they shut them down and hold them to field goal attempts. And I really, honestly, even with the step up in competition for this game, I don't see that changing. Virginia Tech, man, they've been disappointing, and I overhyped them. Again, many people have come in the comment section and said, Coop, in your official full season prediction, you picked Virginia Tech to beat Miami. You're 100% right. I did. Now, also, only a psychopath would go game by game for a full season prediction and predict wins or losses because who knows, no games have been played. But yeah, I own up to that. You have to make an educated guess with no games being played yet. And my educated guess was that Virginia Tech was going to be pretty good this year. Year 3 under Brent Pry, Drones taking another positive step forward. But that's just absolutely not the case. This is overall not a good football team. The reality, though, is that they didn't get blown out by Vandy. They didn't get blown out by Rutgers, which is still crazy that they lost to them. 10 combined points between that Vandy and Rutgers loss. But I think this is by far, that's not even up for debate, the best team they have faced so far this season, and it's not even close. But I am glad that this game is back because Miami and Virginia Tech go way back. We didn't play last year. I miss it. And I'm just really excited to watch this one. So let's see if Cam Ward can continue to pad those stats. Can he throw for 300 plus, 400 plus? Because as we get into the meat of the ACC schedule, most likely we'll see if Miami continues to put up 50 plus points. I would say you're going to start seeing Cam Ward have to play all 4 quarters, all the way until the end of the game, which just gives him more of an opportunity to rack up even more stats. But we'll see. If Miami is playing really well, then of course they'd still like to pull the starters. And at the time of filming this anyways, Ruben Bain should be back tonight and Jalen Rivers should be back. They're hoping that Damari Brown will be back after the bye week, so for the Louisville game, but that's still up in the air. There's nothing official with that. But unless something goes really wrong pre-game, like warm-ups and stuff like that, Ruben Bain should be a go. Jalen Rivers should be a go. And it's gonna get nasty. Poor Virginia Tech. They're about to be 2-3, and I'm beyond confident in that. Usually we get a little more in-depth in these, but listen, that's all I got. It's going to be a bloodbath. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Last chance to say something. Kyron Drones versus his cousin Cam Ward. When it's family, hey, it's personal. Family actually goes harder on each other than any other scenario. Like I remember growing up when we would go to family get-togethers and we would play basketball or two-hand touch football, there was more arguing that would go down in family versus family than actual games when I played the sport, officially for, different teams and stuff. So this family matchup, man, woo, it's going to be fun. It's going to be really, really fun to watch. And the world's going to be watching because it's Friday. Should be a good time tonight, y'all. Hey, you know what to do. We're going to throw up the U, and we're going to get out of here. And I'll see y'all in a couple of hours for the watch party.